Well, Ipswich Town's relationship with Adidas is over. They've split up, having been together since 2014. And Umbro, makers of this beauty, are back in the fold. We know that now that they'll be making Ipswich Town's kits going forward. And there's an exciting reveal for that ahead. But before that, we thought that it'd be a good idea. Well, I thought actually, no, nobody else was really that into it, but I thought it would be a good idea to rank Ipswich Town's Adidas kits from over the years since 2014, and we're going to do that just with the home shirts, just to keep it nice and tight. Um, First thing to say is, I'll be honest, I think Adidas have served Ipswich Town pretty well since 2014. There's nothing hugely wild in this selection of home shirts, nothing crazy, nothing out there that's not really what you do with home shirts. They're blue. We know they're all blue, but all in all, I think it's a pretty solid set of shirts, all of good quality, who have served Ipswich Town pretty well. I'm going to try and rank them based on the actual shirt themselves rather than just simply doing it on which ones bring the best memories, the ones of the iconic players, that kind of thing. But obviously, that is going to be a small part of the complex formula that has gone on to ranking these blue t-shirts in some kind of order. You're probably not going to agree with me. Some of you might, probably won't. But that's all part of the fun. It doesn't matter. They're football shirts. So let's crack on and rank some Ipswich Town Adidas home shirts. Right, we're going to do these from worst to first. So bringing up the rear, there had to be one. I don't hate it, but I certainly don't love it. Didn't have an awful lot of time for this one, but it's this from the 2016-17 season. Not really a fan of this shirt at all. I'll be honest, I don't like the different coloured blue chevrons on there. There's too many different blues on it. It looks like it should be either doing a toothpaste or perhaps a reworking of the polyfiller logo. Or is it just an arrow pointing you towards the Marcus Evans sponsorship logo? Subliminal messaging. Not a huge fan of the all white sleeves, this shirt aside. And I didn't really like that it was worn with blue shorts either. But it's not horrific. I know Marcus Evans wasn't for everybody, but I actually think the logo. There's obviously a few of those on these kits. The Marcus Evans Group logo is pretty okay for a sponsorship logo, just aesthetically anyway. Obviously, we'll see one in a bit that was not. But yeah, this wasn't my favourite. In fact, it was my least favourite of the Ipswich Town Adidas kits. So yeah, this one's bottom of the pile, I'm afraid. There are some decent memories from it. This one will remind you of Tom Lawrence, I imagine, quite a lot. But the big moment that it reminds me of, and still see the pictures now, is of Emir Hughes scoring that goal against Newcastle over Easter at the end of the 16-17 season. Without that, I think I would probably like this shirt even less. So at least there are some decent memories for it. Right, next up. 2017-18. There's nothing offensive about this kit. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's a bit plain for me. It's a little bit too plain. I'd like some Adidas up on the shoulders, really, rather than these stripes down the side. There is a bit of detailing kind of on the shirt, some darker blue on there, but it doesn't really show up particularly well. It was functional. It's a functional, absolutely fine football shirt, much like the team that wore it functioned to a mid-table finish under Mick McCarthy in his final season. Reminds me of, remember Martin Waghorn quite fondly from this. Waghorn and Garner at the start of that season, in particular for Garner, but Waghorn throughout it wore this one. There's a nice bit of red inside the collar, but you can't see it when you're wearing it, so not a lot of good. Also, Birmingham wore the exact same shirt that season. I'm not really up for that. Okay, next is one having now started getting these out in some kind of order, I think I might have maybe put this one a bit too low, but it's too late now. It's this one from 2015-16, the season after the playoffs, the one that was supposed to be the follow-up, which didn't quite happen. But the big takeaway from this one is a collar, the last of the collars. Will Ipswich Town ever have a massive collar on a football shirt again? Probably not going to have laces again. I quite like the collar. I think it reminds me of Brett Pittman, who is a collar football shirt man all day long with his long sleeves. But it's an okay shirt. I liked it. It's plain blue on the black. Got the Adidas on the shoulders, white pinstripes. Are okay. I think I prefer the darker pinstripes that we're going to see in a bit. But yeah, it's all right. Reminds me of Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Ben Pringle, if you're asking. They're just the two that spring to mind immediately. Um, but yeah, absolutely fine. But I do like big collars. Okay, this one has grown on me quite a lot over time, and if for whatever reason, or if I can find an excuse to do this again in the future, it might even creep a little bit higher. But right now, this one is where it is. This has grown on me over the time. I don't really like the white sleeves. It's not really what I'm after. But the red, I actually quite like. The red's really grown on me over time, both in terms of on the bottom of the sleeve and the Adidas stripes. I think it actually looks quite nice. I don't think this was hugely popular when it came out, and it certainly didn't get any more popular because of the disaster that was the season that it was worn that ended in relegation. But I think I quite like it, and it's definitely better in person than it ever was kind of watching it on a pitch, I think. Um, Obviously, the thing we need to talk about is this horrific sponsorship logo. You can say what you want about the ethics of having sort of this kind of company sponsoring your football kit. That's not great either, and it didn't go down particularly well. Um, but I don't think there is a single football shirt on this planet that could sensitively handle that logo on it. So the people that designed and picked this kit uh, can't hold responsible for the overall dislike of it, I don't think, because what could they have done with that? But other than that, quite a good shirt. Quite like it. Okay, next up is the kit that we've just finished with on an Ipswich Town perspective. This is their 2021-2022 shirt, and the obvious thing to like about it is that sponsor, Ed Sheeran. Um, I think it's the best sponsorship logo they've got of this group. It looks really nice. It's obviously great to have someone like Ed sponsoring the shirts. And it's a solid shirt. I liked it. I still like it now. I think I quite like the little subtle darker pinstripes on there. Um, 3 stars on top of the badge, which is good. But yeah, other than that, it's a fine, absolutely fine football shirt made by the sponsor. And also, I think this will be fondly remembered. This is the Wes Burns shirt. That's how I'll remember this one. And also, this is the first shirt of the new era at Ipswich Town. So they finished 11th, but somehow you still look back on that season fairly positively. But yeah, nice shirt, even better sponsor. Okay, a quick wardrobe change as we make it into the top three. And there's the bronze medal for a shirt that I really liked when it first came out. But my liking of it has faded away a little bit. I don't really know why. But the bronze medal goes to this one. The OG, the original, the first home kit of the new Adidas era in 2014-15. Really nice shirt. Quite like the black. Best thing I'd think about it was the black trim around there, and then also on the sleeves as well. obviously the season Ipswich made the playoffs. Good memories there. Daryl Murphy and the gang. The last time you can say that Ipswich had a good season, really, a truly successful season. But I don't know why. For some reason, my liking for this has just faded away, just a little bit. Still like it. That's why it's got a bronze medal. But I don't know. I think a lot of people might have this as number one, but not me. Silver medal time. This gets the silver medal because I think this is how you do retro in football kits. I think Ipswich did a really good job of this. It's really clean, really simple, just like the shirt that it's modelled on from the UEFA Cup winning season. And this touch, I'll be honest, the yellow badge doesn't really float my boat massively. Great nostalgia, but if there was a a protest outside Portman Road to try and bring it back, I wouldn't necessarily be joining it. I think it's good where it is in the past. But for one season, to mark the greatest season in the club's history, I thought this was brilliant to have this back. It was really, really good. And I really liked the shirt. Really simple. Wasn't a huge fan of the blue shorts with it, but I got the reasoning why. But yeah, really like that. Particularly like this little feature as well in the collar. That great Sir Bobby Robson quote. This was my greatest Ipswich team. They were the perfect jigsaw from Sir Bobby Robson. That's little touches like this I really like. Having little monikers on shirts like that. That's a really nice touch. So silver medal for this shirt. If you made it this far, thank you. You might be able to work out which one's left. But this is my favourite shirt of this Adidas era. I'm not expecting too many people to agree with this, but I really liked it. So I'm going to hold it up. It was this one from the first League One season, 2019-20. Makes me think of James Norwood and Caden Jackson scoring that late winner against Wimbledon under the lights and everything that was supposed to be that season that ultimately didn't happen. But I actually just really like it. I think it's a really clean and simple design. I quite like the black chevrons going through it. They're kind of black or a navy blue. I quite like that. And the thing I like the most about it is just the shine this kit has. It had a really nice shine, particularly when you wear it when they wore it under the floodlights at Portman Road. I think it had a really nice colour to it. That's what you can do if you get the Magical Vegas logo used a bit more sensitively, a bit more helpfully. I bet the kit department at Ipswich were delighted when Magical Vegas agreed to that. And while it's obviously not the greatest sponsor logo in the world or company even, they deserve a bit of credit for allowing that to happen and their colour scheme to be changed to this white one, which makes this shirt work. Wouldn't have been so good with the multicoloured thing on there, but don't think many people are going to agree with me on this one. But this is the shirt that I've put at number one, and these are my rankings. So that's the way it is, I'm afraid. This is number one. Let me know what you think. Right, that's it for the Ipswich Town shirt rankings, Adidas shirt rankings. Anyway, there's all kinds of ways we can rank football shirts, and I'll probably do them again at some point because people seem to quite like it. But back in this Umbro Classic, really looking forward to seeing what Umbro and Ipswich Town can produce going forward. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of my rankings, how violently you disagreed with it, and things like that. But yeah. Let me know what you think going forward and what you're hoping for with Ipswich's new kit.